Hello everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. I'd like to dedicate this video to my sister Yocheved and her husband Yochanan upon the birth of a baby boy this week. Mazel tov, a lot of nachas. Should go from one happy occasion to the next. Of course, mazel tov to my parents as well, and to Yochanan's parents as well. I'd also like to dedicate this video to Le'ilin Nishmas Yisrael and Michai ben Sarah and Yosef. In this week's parsha, nothing, of course, happens coincidentally. In this week's Parshas Devarim, we get a little hint of the upcoming holiday Tisha B'Av, and that is when Moses, who's giving a veiled rebuke to the Jewish people, he again mentions the sin of the spies. And the spies went in to check out the land of Israel. They came back with a bad report. The people listened to that report, and the verse says, Vayifku Kol halayla hu, that they cried that entire night. And Hashem declared, because you cried for nothing, therefore I will decree that this night should be a night of crying. And unfortunately, Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of the Hebrew month of Av, has been a day that has been filled throughout the centuries with calamities, terrible destructions. Both temples, the Inquisition, part of the Holocaust got started, and the question is, what can we do about it? And what does Hashem expect us to do about it? We cried for nothing, Hashem said, so therefore I will give you what to cry about. Now, if our sin was that we cried for nothing, we can do a number of things maybe to kind of fix that. First of all, we also know that the temple was destroyed because of sinas chinam, baseless hatred. And we have to figure out a way to fix that as well. The way to do that is, first of all, instead of having baseless hatred, you have to have baseless love for somebody. What does that mean? That means we have to find different ways why to love our fellow Jew. We have to find different ways how to have an ayin tova, a good eye. We have to think, wow, that person is actually a very good person. Instead of letting their exterior bog you down and not allow yourself to become friends with them, you have to find a way to, yes, become friends with them. You have to be happy for other people. You have to enjoy other people's joy. If somebody's successful, you should be successful with them. If somebody has a wonderful event happen to them, let's say it's their child got engaged, you should feel their joy, and you should call them and tell them how lucky they are, how lucky their daughter is, how lucky their future son-in-law is. You have to find ways to love other people. You have to go out of your way for other people. And that will fix baseless hatred. And when it comes to baseless crying, when it comes to crying for nothing, we have to find a way to rejoice for nothing. We have to find ways to make us happy. We have to find how Hashem is so wonderful in history. We have to find how Hashem is so wonderful in nature and how Hashem is so wonderful to us on a daily basis. We have to find reasons to be thankful and to be joyous and to fill ourselves with laughter. And in a second vein, I would like to share with you that instead of crying for nothing, maybe Hashem wants us to cry for something. Meaning, there are certain things that we actually should cry for. There's a time to cry. Ace Lifkos, there's a time for everything. And we have to find the time to cry. Like when a great Torah sage passes away, yeah, we might be a little remorseful, feel sad at the time, but does it really get to us? Do we really feel the loss? Are we really mourning? Now that we're in exile, do we really feel the bitterness of exile? Are we really crying for Mashiach? Maybe we should start crying for something. Don't cry for nothing, cry for something. I'd also like to add, instead of having baseless hatred, hating for nothing, maybe we should actually hate for something as well. Maybe there are certain things that we should hate. And every movement out there today is telling us we have to love, love, love. But if Hashem doesn't love those things, then we don't either love those things. We're not phobic about anything, and we're not just completely across the board loving everything. We have to love what Hashem loves, and we have to hate and despise what it is that Hashem despises. It doesn't mean that necessarily you all have to go into attack people that are doing those particular things. But if it bothers Hashem, it should bother you. If you want to hate something, hate on that which Hashem hates. And of course, Hashem hates immorality. Hashem hates when people go away from His Torah, which is another reason that the temple was destroyed. So if we can flip the script over here, and we can, instead of crying for nothing, cry for good reasons, and instead of having baseless hatred, have baseless love. And instead of having baseless hatred, find reasons to love, to hate. And at the same time also, find things to be happy about and be joyful for. Maybe in that merit, Hashem will send us the third temple. May we all merit to see it speedily in our days. Have a good Shabbos. Thank you for listening.